Hi everybody, it's Daphne and you're very welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming to spend some of your day with me today. I really appreciate it, and thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. I am going to do another little installment in my weekend makeup looks, and I do try to think of, sort of occasions or events that you might want to do a particular makeup look for. So I thought this week, although I know most of us are still in lockdown, we can look forward, can't we? We can really look forward to when things are better. A nice event to look forward to would be an evening out with your girlfriends, maybe for dinner and cocktails, and you'd want to look really glam, typical night out makeup. So what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to do a voiceover. So I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm starting with my Carter Beauty Hold Tight Perfecting Primer. This is a lovely primer that has a lovely kind of silky feel to it. It's clear. It's not going to interfere in any way with your foundation colour. It helps to fill in any little enlarged pores or soft fine lines you might have. And it gives the foundation longer wear time. It's very comfortable to wear. It doesn't make your skin dry as the day goes on. But as I say, it gives your foundation a longer wear time. It's very comfortable. For foundation, I'm using the Carter Beauty Full Measure Foundation in the colour Creme Brûlée. It's in a lovely little pump bottle. This is a lovely foundation. It is a fuller coverage. That's a blank canvas makeup brush. And you've heard me mention the Carter Beauty Half Measure Dewy Foundation, which I use on a regular basis for an everyday look, but this is a great option for the days when you want fuller coverage, longer wearing makeup. As you can see, it's buildable. It's a very good colour match for my skin tone as well. It warms up my skin tone, and as you can see there, I'm just sort of patting the product on before I blend it, just to place it where I want it rather than moving it around too much. And that's where on my cheeks, the lower part of my cheeks, is where I would have the most redness. I'm just popping some on my eyelids as a primer for my eyeshadows and making sure that I've blended into the hairline and down onto the neck. Popping some more there. You can possibly see where I'm covering that redness in my cheeks. Just putting a little bit more coverage on there, and as you can see, it's very buildable, but it's still skin-like. Even though it is a full coverage, it doesn't look cakey or too heavy. And I didn't realise until I've watched this back how long I actually take with this step. But I suppose you need to kind of have your base as even and as flawless as possible. For brows, I'm using the Carter Beauty Window Dressing Brow Defining Pencil. It's a lovely pencil. I'm just brushing up there with a Carter Beauty brush. It's a little spoolie just to brush the brows up. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, although they did gift these products to me, but it's not a sponsored video. So the pencil is a lovely pencil. It's not too hard, it's not too soft. I think it's just the perfect consistency, because I do think if a brow pencil is too hard, you have to press too hard on your skin, and the little strokes that you make, the lines that you create, they can be too harsh. This one is soft enough but not too soft to create those hair-like strokes, and to fill in and thicken my brow so that it looks still quite natural as well as being defined. So I've done the other one off camera, and I'm just going to brush them into place. And if you've been a little bit too heavy-handed with the product, the spoolie will soften it. For bronzer, I'm using Bobbi Brown's Golden Light bronzer. That's a tapered brush from Primark. This is a lovely shade for my skin tone because I'm quite pale with a slightly pink undertone in my cheeks. So I have to be careful that a bronzer doesn't make me look too orange or muddy. And this doesn't. It's the perfect shade for creating natural shadows and also warming up the skin tone, warming up your face. So as you can see there, I'm just creating some gentle shadows under my cheekbones and around my forehead and down the sides of my nose, and also along sculpting the jawline just to give that nice defined jaw. But always make sure that it's really, really blended in so that there are no harsh lines. For a blush, I'm using an old favourite, which is Nars Orgasm, and as you can see, it is well used. It's a beautiful pinky peach blush with a tiny little bit of iridescence in it. So for a night out, I think it's a perfect colour. And I'm just placing it on the apples of my cheeks and up slightly onto my cheekbones rather than swirling it around. I think you get better pigment payoff. And then just blending with a powder brush. That's my Carter Beauty Covert concealer in the colour Meringue. It's got a nice little dropper. This is a lovely creamy concealer. Gives very good coverage for those dark circles that I have under my eyes that are hereditary. I'm putting a little on my lids as well as a primer. Just making sure it's all patted in, because I do have fine lines under my eyes and I always like to make sure that my concealer isn't settling. So for eyes, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Stars in Your Eyes eyeshadow palette, and I'm just pointing out the colours there that I'm going to use. So I'm starting off with the section called Love Eyes, and I'm putting the lightest colour, which is like a bone colour. It's a matte shade, all over the lid as a base. So I'm placing the product and then blending it. Apologies for the lighting being a little bit off. And then I'm using the matte terracotta colour from that same section, Love Eyes, and I'm putting that into my crease. Because I have slightly hooded eyes and my eyes are deep set as well, I try to lift my crease up to create, if you like, a false crease, so that it makes my lid area look bigger and it brings the eyes out. So just working that into the crease. From the section Happy Eyes, I'm using a matte brown, and with a small tapered brush I'm going to apply that to my crease and my outer V. This just helps to give greater definition and depth to the eyes. So literally on the outer V and into the outer crease. It's a lovely matte shade. There's no shimmer in it at all. It's very easy to build. And the same on the other side. Apologies for the lighting. It's late in the afternoon when I was filming, and as I was lifting products up, the light was playing tricks with me. Just going back in with a little more on the other side just to make sure they both are the same. A Primark soft blending brush just to make sure that there are no harsh lines where the colours meet. And I'm blending outwards and upwards to give my eyes a little bit of a lift. These shadows are very blendable and easy to work with. with a small tapered brush, I'm taking that same brown in the Happy Eyes section, and I'm going to run that under my bottom lashes, again to create a softer look and to give the eyes more definition. So just look upwards and point your brush upwards. And the same on the other side. And then just make sure that that blends in with the shadow on the outer crease and outer V. And it's all pulling the eye up and out. Then I'm going into the bronze shimmer from the Power Eyes section for a pop of colour and shimmer on the centre of my lid. Remembering that this is a night out with your girlfriends and you want to look a little bit glamorous, and that a nice little bit of shimmer doesn't go amiss. So I'm using a flat shader brush there. Or, sorry, I think, yes, it is a flat shader brush. Just keep building until you get the colour intensity that you're happy with. So then I decided to use my finger, which I probably should have done in the first place. So you can place the colour directly, and as you can see, you get a much better intensity of pigment there. Then my little blending brush again, just to blend and make sure that there are no harsh lines where the colours meet. Now with a small tapered brush, I'm using a gold shimmer from the Power Eyes section, and I'm going to just pop that on the inner corner of my eye, again just for a little added drama, a little bit of added shimmer. And for a night out, this is a lovely little addition. It's not something you would do every day. Pat it in, and it's there to stay. For liner, I'm using Carter Beauty Steadfast liquid liner, and it's a black liner. And even though it's a liquid liner, it's in like a little felt tip pen. Very easy to apply. So I'm putting tiny little strokes along my upper lid and joining them together. It's probably the easiest way to start. If you go in too heavy-handed, you could very easily make a mistake, as I have done many times. So I start off small and build from that, and then I pull it out into a little wing at the side. I do love a wing, especially for a night out. I think it just adds that extra little bit of drama. Who am I kidding? I love a wing every day. Same on the other side, and then I'm going to curl my lashes. That's just a little eyelash curler from Superdrug, and just give them a good old curl. It really does make a difference, especially for somebody like me who has very short, stubby lashes. So I did the other one off camera. This is my mascara. It's the Carter Beauty Volumizing Mascara in black, and just getting in there to the roots and pulling the brush up, wiggling it up to get as much product as I can onto the lashes to make them nice and full. And same on the other side. Oh, my usual little smudge, don't worry about that. I do like to put a little on my lower lids because, as I say, my lashes are quite fair, so just to give them some definition. Then I'm using the Carter Beauty Come Hither mascara, which is a lengthening mascara, and putting that on the outer tips of the lashes. And it just gives that extra oomph, especially for a night out. For lips, I'm using the NYX or NYX lip liner in the colour Mauve, and just gently lining my lips. I usually slightly overline just to give a fuller lip. This is very much the colour of your lips, and it goes with so many different shades of lipstick. It's one of my favourites, and as you can see, it's well used. And then I'm going to fill in the lip with that, because at the moment, with us having to wear masks and so on, it's often a very clever way of putting a product on that's going to last. It doesn't wipe off as easily as lipstick. So I'm going to top it with a new lip product, which is the lip gloss from Up Cosmetics, which is another Irish company, and it's in the colour Dubai. This is a lovely lip topper. It doesn't necessarily have a particular shade, although it looks like it does in the tube. But it's a lovely gloss. Now I'm going to clean up that little smudge. It's dry, so I'm using my spoolie. It should just kind of lift off. Not quite, but in the next sweep you will see it does. If you try and move those smudges when they're still wet, you make a bigger mess. I have done that so many times. And this is a very clever way. You can see I'm just lifting another tiny little speck there as well. It's a very clever way of removing those smudges. This is the Carter Beauty Covert Concealer, again, just to kind of top up that coverage and to clean up any little bit of fallout, which actually there hasn't been much at all. I'm patting that in with a concealer brush. Just checking to make sure I have the coverage that I need. Just going back in with another small little bit of concealer in a targeted spot, just where I would have that darkness. Blending it outwards so there's no harsh lines. This is the Carter Beauty Get Lit Liquid Illuminator, and it comes in a little bottle with a little dropper, just a tiny little bit on my finger, and this is a gorgeous highlighter. Just pop some on my cheekbones there, and then just blend it in with my finger, and you can see just where the light hits it, you have that beautiful sparkle. And put a little on the tip of my nose and on my Cupid's bow, blend them in just where the light would naturally hit, and then on my brow bones. So that is the look. I hope you like it. I am very happy with the eye look. I'm going to go and get dressed up. So here I am wearing just black leggings and sock boots and a long tunic style top in a lovely champagne colour and some jewellery, and I'm all set to go meet my buddies. Have a great day!